we could be heard. Great. I apologize. We were trying to dial in with the phone, and now we're here through the computer. So thank you all for being here, and we welcome you to today's discussion about opportunities available at Kodiak College for IDEA families. I am registrar at the Kodiak College, and I'm in my 10th year here. Admissions, registering for classes, deadlines and policies, and accessing student records are the key areas of my focus with students. I'm often the first point of contact for high school families, and I'm very happy to assist as you explore options at Kodiak College. I look forward to working with each of you and answering questions that you may have today. I'm going to turn it over to Barbara Brown, who's our academic counselor. She had to go get logged in on her computer because we couldn't both be on the same computer at the same time. So I'm going to see if she was able to get in.
On also.
Hello? There she is.
All right.
Hey, folks.
Can everybody hear Barbara? Raise your hand. Yep, I see hands raising all over the place.
Okay. Sorry about the technical difficulties. My name is Barb Brown. I'm the academic counselor here at Kodiak College. Happy to be here today talking to you about opportunities for you here locally.
Just let me know when you want me to change the slide.
Next slide, please. So today we're going to talk to you about how you can earn some college credits. Kodiak College courses are available to high school students, and we want to work with each of you individually to determine what types of courses are of interest and which are appropriate. Advising will ensure that students are prepared for the courses they take and will know what to expect in a college environment. Students who are 14 years old or in high school are eligible to register, and parent and school district personnel permission is required. Additionally, Kodiak College faculty must approve each student in each class. Next slide.
So this is Jennifer again. While we want to encourage you to take advantage of the opportunities offered at Kodiak College, we want to also make sure you and your family are aware of what you're getting into when signing up for a college class. The first thing to consider is that taking a college course generates a permanent academic record or a transcript. And Kodiak College is an extended campus of the University of Alaska Anchorage, so your transcript or your student's transcript would say UAA on the transcript. Doing well in classes can put you in the position to shorten a time to a degree or certificate and can have a significant impact on your wallet and your future. But doing poorly could impact future opportunities for admission to college degree programs and possibly jeopardize future access to federal financial aid. So I don't like to focus on that too much, but just so that you know, doing well is very important when you're signing up for college classes. The second thing to consider is that some of our courses do include themes or content that may be more appropriate for a mature or adult audience. And this is why we require instructor approval. We encourage high school families to discuss the appropriateness of course content with the teacher prior to registering. And the third is that adult students are given registration preference. It's a special opportunity for high school students to take college classes, but high school students can register only the week before the semester begins. Other students are given at least 2 months prior to the semester start to begin registering. What this means is sometimes a class you're hoping to take might be full by the time registration opens. In some cases, instructors will allow a motivated high school student to take the class anyway, so they'll give an override for capacity. But sometimes we have to work with families to come up with an alternate course. So next slide, please.
Okay, if you are interested in taking classes, or if you're a high school student and your family is interested in taking classes at Kodiak College, the first step is to fill out an intake form on the Kodiak College website, and it's pictured here. It's called the High School Student Entry Form. The web address is also listed if you want to write that down. Or you can use the search feature on our website to search for that form when you need it. Once we receive your form, we will contact you to set up a time to meet and discuss your options and the process for registration. Next slide, please.
So after you've had the initial meeting with us, we would recommend a placement test. At Kodiak campus, we use the AccuPlacer Placement Assessment to determine placement in math, reading, and writing. We want you to keep in mind that this is not a pass-fail test. It's used instead to help set our students up for success by selecting college-level or college preparatory courses that offer an appropriate challenge. So we'll be able to determine exactly which level of English a student could register in or which math class would be appropriate. AccuPlacer is an untimed test that's taken on the computer in our test center. Students are generally advised to budget 2 hours to take the test. The testing is by appointment, so please call 486-1232 to schedule, and keep in mind that there is a $15 fee to take the test. Next slide.
After you've completed the placement test, you should see Jennifer or myself to talk about your results. The test scores give us information about what academic courses are appropriate, and we use those test scores to determine your course options and your plans for future semesters. Many students like to start by taking math and English courses, since those are the ones that build foundational skills that are needed for every other academic area. Other students are more interested in technical courses to learn computer software, accounting, welding, or similar subjects. Through the advising process, we can plan what courses are appropriate to take during high school with the student's future goals in mind.
Okay, next slide. After you've made a plan for classes, did you get the next slide on there, Jason? Thank you. So after you've made a plan for which class you're going to take, we also encourage all students their first time at Kodiak College to attend our new student orientation. New student orientation is created to introduce students to the many resources and opportunities available to students at the Kodiak campus. We'll introduce options such as student government, as well as different tutoring services that are available to our students. So we encourage you to mark your calendars now if you think you're going to be taking advantage of coursework with the college. Orientation is scheduled just twice a year. It's at 6 p.m. on the Wednesday before classes begin in the fall and spring semesters. Our next orientation is scheduled for 6 p.m. on August 20th, and parents are welcome to attend with your child. Attendance at orientation is one of the required steps to be eligible for Jumpstart, which is a program we will discuss next. And if you could go to the next slide.
Jumpstart is a college success program for high school students and first-time freshmen that has been funded from the Kodiak Island Borough for a number of years. Students who complete the steps we have gone over today could be eligible for a tuition reduction when funding is available. For the fall 2014 semester, regular tuition is $153 per credit hour, but Jumpstart students will pay just $75 per credit. We encourage you to take advantage of this savings to earn as many college credits as you can at an affordable price. Next slide, please.
So that's our brief introduction to the process for getting started with Kodiak College. We've shared quite a bit of information, and we do expect that you will have questions. I invite you to take note of our contact information so you can reach Barbara or me if any questions come up after the webinar. I also believe Jason plans to make these slides available after the presentation. If so, the photos of forms that came from our website are hyperlinked, so by clicking on the form in our presentation, you should get linked directly to the corresponding page on our website. The Kodiak College website has a wealth of information, so we welcome you to look there or contact us directly if you have any questions that come up. And at this point, we'd like to open it up for your questions.
Okay, I'm going to turn on everybody's mic, so if you don't want to ask any questions, you can mute your mic. But if you have questions you want to ask, go ahead and raise your hand and I can call on you. And some people may need to turn their speakers down just a little bit, or mute your mic. So does anybody have any questions? I know I had one person ask, is there a way to take placement tests off-site? Jennifer?
So I'll take that one. This is Jennifer. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So it is possible right now to take the placement test at another University of Alaska campus. And are people here who are dialing in, are they in Alaska?
Yes, I think pretty much everybody is actually in Kodiak right now.
Okay, perfect. And then coming soon, there will be a way to have a remote proctor to give the test at a location where the student would actually pay a fee to have a proctor watching them through a webcam.
Okay.
That's not currently available.
Okay. Rosalind, did you want to ask a question? Is your mic working? I'll ask their question.
Is the
go ahead.
placement test a CLEP test? Is the placement test also a CLEP test, or what?
Were you able to hear?
This is Barb. I heard the question. No, the placement test is not a CLEP test. The CLEP test is short for College Level Examination Program. That is a test that allows a person to earn college credit in a designated area if they are able to get a specific score on any subject test. The placement test, on the other hand, is a series of 3 tests. You take one in reading, one in writing, and one in numerical skills. And those scores are the ones that we consider when discussing what course student is qualified to take. So a student cannot come and just self-select a math class on our campus. They have to have an appropriate placement test score to take that math class. Does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Sure. I'm sorry I'm talking kind of like a robot, but I hear a horrible echo.
If people aren't talking, if they could mute their mic, so that way it's not picking up the speaker sounds.
Oh.
Okay, does anybody else have a question for Jennifer or Barbara? Go ahead and, oh, I see Melissa. Go ahead.
If we were planning for our student to possibly take classes in the fall, would we want to bring them in as soon as possible to take that AccuPlacer before you close for the summer?
Well, we are open during the summer, so, but I would encourage you to get the process started soon. Testing is by appointment, so you can give our test center a call at 486-1232 to start that process. We also want to meet with you and kind of walk through the process, make a plan. So that could be your first step as well, would be contacting one of us. Barbara and I will be gone during the month of July.
Okay, that answers my question. Thank you.
You're welcome.
What classes do you typically offer to these students?
They have the full range. Oh, you're, who was that was asking the question?
It was Donna.
Oh, okay, Don.
So, Donna, the high school students take many different types of courses. I would say that most students that come to us that are interested in going on to college are going to be looking at taking math classes and writing classes, because those are the foundational skills that every other academic area is going to be building on. So typically that's what we see for students that are interested in getting ahead when it comes to fulfilling requirements for college. Other students like to take more technical type of courses, maybe a computer class, more skill-based classes, welding, accounting, things like that. So we have high school students taking many different kinds of classes with us.
All right.
Were you looking for something in particular?
No, I was just curious, something like that. So it's pretty much what is in your syllabus, and then we kind of run it by you and go from there.
Yeah, and usually a student comes in with an idea of something that they're looking for. So, you know, like I said, it might be something very specific. Oh, I need to learn to use this computer program, or I need to learn how to type. If it's just general, you know, I want to take some classes now so that when I go to college I have fewer requirements, what we're going to be looking at with that student is general education requirements for college degrees, and those include, of course, writing, mathematics, social sciences, humanities, natural sciences, and fine arts courses within those discipline areas.
Okay, so I assume, Jason, these would be like a dual credit type class?
Yes.
Okay, very good.
Yes. Yeah, and I'll show that to you here in just a minute.
Thank you. That's all.
Okay, Nancy, you had a question?
Yeah, I'm wondering, so is it possible for them to actually get their associate's degree with this program during their high school time?
We would have to map that out on a case-by-case basis. And that's, I think, the key here is that it's not going to be the same for any one student, but it could be possible. An associate's degree would be 60 credits, and if a student were to start taking classes as a freshman, they could start accumulating, a freshman in high school, they could start accumulating credits towards an associate's degree. We actually could not award a degree until the student has completed high school, but you know, we could get somebody lined up to have met all of the requirements by the same time that they graduate from high school. I have seen that with one other student since starting here, but we have had many students who are almost ready to graduate with an associate's degree when they complete high school, and maybe they have an additional semester or two with us following high school.
Okay, thanks.
There is some limitations about the number of credits that a high school student is allowed to take. So we limit high school students to 7 credits per semester. So if you do the math on that, it would make earning an associate's degree a little bit of a, that would be an outlier, the student who did that, because they would also have to take summer classes and the maximum number of credits each semester. But possible, but
But summer classes are available to them as well then?
we do have some summer courses, although they are, our schedule is quite limited in the summer.
Uh-huh. Okay.
All right. Yeah, and Kathy would like to be able to share a little bit just on how Kay did in the university. Is that okay with you, Jennifer and Barbara?
Absolutely.
Okay. Kathy, go ahead.
Sure. Can you hear me?
Oh, you're really quiet.
Okay. The last question about graduating with an associate's degree. Kay was able to get all but 1 semester done during high school. Then she graduated, got her diploma, and then her last semester, she was not a high school student. The last semester she did, to complete, she did an associate, I think it's an AAS degree in general business and accounting with a dual major. So it can be done, but it was a lot of work, and she did take some summer classes in order to get all of those requirements in.
Okay.
I would definitely characterize her as an outlier.
She's driven, absolutely. She knew what she wanted when she started, which helped. But we started with all the general ed classes first, so that the last few semesters she was doing the ones in her major. It can be done, but she worked really hard.
Cool. Yeah, and the other thing I would probably add in also is the Alaska Performance Scholarship. You know, if you are able to get classes while you're in high school, even if you are some classes away from finishing up your associates or, you know, whatever, you know, the performance scholarship really can help out with that after graduation. So, yeah, it keeps on giving. It really helped my daughter out.
The other thing that I'd like to add, this is Jennifer, about funding or possibilities for funding is that our Jumpstart program offers funding to high school students and to college freshmen in their first semester of their degree program. So if someone like Kay had gone through and done the majority of her coursework through high school, she could qualify for the Jumpstart rate for each semester in high school and then for 1 semester following high school.
Cool. All right. Does anyone else have a question that they would like to ask? Feel free to go ahead and jump in there or raise your hand. Not seeing any. Well, feel free to go ahead and write down Jennifer and Barbara's phone numbers and email addresses. And if you have any specific questions you'd like to ask them, go ahead and give them a call or drop by and say hi and that kind of stuff. And I really appreciate their time with us. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to transition really quick in for the families just to show you guys on our website where the information is about using the university stuff, because we have some university authorization forms and just some stuff that's specific towards IDEA. So Jennifer and Barbara, if you guys want to stick around and see that stuff, you can. Otherwise, if you guys have other things that you need to do, I really appreciate you taking this time to be with us.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
All right.
Jason, this is Jennifer. I will stay. I am interested in the rest of the forms and paperwork that families would need if they come to us.
Okay.
Thank you, Jason, and the rest of the folks on the line. This is Barb, and I'm going to sign off. I look forward to hearing from you in the future.
Yes, thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome. Have a good day. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye. All right. Let me transition to my slide real quick. If I can get it to open. Okay, what we are talking about are dual credits, and so from the IDEA Family webpage, there's information. If you guys spend the time looking at the IDEA Family webpage, it'll give you just massive amounts of information. And it doesn't look like my slide is showing up. There it is. Okay. These will be transcripted grades on your progress reports. So that means, when it comes time for turning in progress reports, you'll need the U of A transcript to be able to turn in to us to show that it was completed. And then there's other money things that are associated with that. So if you go to the IDEA Family webpage, which this is what it looks like currently, and you go over to the information on the left-hand side underneath IDEA, and you click on that one. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I went too far. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Well, I went ahead and jumped one. So I went to information, and then I was down here on the university courses. If you go to the from information to the high school information site on the right side and go to the university courses and click on that, it takes you to the page that says university courses, and it talks about the dual credits, and then it talks about high school credits, which the part that says high school credits, it gives you the conversion for how the administration with the IDEA program converts those. So if you are taking 3 to 4 college credits, then IDEA will convert those into half high school credit, so for a semester's credit. If it's less than that, if it's a 1 or 2 credit course, then what you'll have to do is you'll turn in that transcript from UAA, and then you'll also have to do a parent design amendment that has some additional supplemental curriculum that goes along with it to give it that full half credit or 1 semester of high school credit. But you obviously would be getting the 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 college credits from the university automatically when they print out their transcripts for you. So then it goes on, and the other part that's interesting that most people have questions about is the fees that IDEA can fund, and that is the tuition, tech fees, material, and lab fees. So all other fees are for parents to pay. And then usually with book reimbursement, it's the difference between what the purchase price of the book is and what the resale of the book is if it was sold back. So I haven't been part of that portion of it. So if you had more questions about what the book reimbursement is, I can find that out for you. And then the process for direct payment by IDEA would be if you're not paying for it and then asking to be reimbursed for it, if you're wanting IDEA to pay up front for the classes, then down at the bottom of that university course page, there is an IDEA payment authorization form. And what you would do is you would go to, you'd click on that, and I'm waiting for the page to pull up for you guys to see. Switching to, I think that's it. So you would go to the process for payment of university fees, and there's some documents. One of them is the university authorization document, and you would fill that one out and submit that to me. I'd put my signature on it, and then I would send it in to, well, you would get the university signatures on it, you'd get my signatures on it, and then I would send it into the district office for it to get set up for direct pay for those classes. And the form looks like this. So I'm not sure when it changes for you guys. Oh, there, it looks like it's changing. So this one's pretty self-explanatory, except for over here on the authorized amount, not to exceed. And what that would be the cost of the text, the tech fees, the lab fees, those things that IDEA will pay for. You want to put that in this box, the authorization amount not to exceed form. And so then down here you can see all the different people that you need to sign it. So parent, student, IDEA contact teacher, and then the IDEA ordering department would make their signatures. And then down at the very bottom is the, let's see, yeah, the signature from the university on saying that they recognize the form. So what was I going to do with this one? Okay, yeah, and then it also on that same web page it talks about the kind of the process that everything goes through, the contact teacher and the ordering department and parent and student, and kind of how that all flows. And there's a little bit of flex in there. So I think that is it for that. So I'm not going to bore you guys with it, because you can go to the IDEA Family web page and kind of look at that. So go to information, then go down to the high school side on the right side, and go to the university courses and read through that information as far as what's expected. Does anybody have any questions for me regarding this?
Well, Jason, the one thing I would say would be, it looks a little daunting for someone who's never done this, but with all this paperwork, but really it flows very nicely, and the university is amazingly helpful with parents. Talking through the paperwork, everybody is fantastic, so don't let that discourage anybody. Right.
Yeah, and I haven't heard very many parents say that it's been a challenge. Actually, I don't think I've ever had anybody say that it's a challenge as far as the paperwork side. Academically, obviously it's going to be challenging for some kids, but the paperwork side tends to flow pretty easy, and the universities work really well with us. And yeah, so it seems like a really good exchange both directions. And then it's just pretty awesome to be able to get college credits while you're in high school. I wish my academic counselor in high school helped me out with that.
Does this same program work with all the community colleges that Alaska has?
Yeah, we have kids in IDEA that are taking classes through multiple places. The specific, the stuff that Jennifer and Barbara were talking about was specific even just to Kodiak. There's a lot of the other university branches don't necessarily have the same setup that they have there.
I see.
Yeah.
Right. It varies. This is Jennifer. It does vary from campus to campus, but most of them will have some sort of arrangement to work with what they call, I think the standard university term is secondary school students.
Okay.
All right. Anybody else have any questions? All right. We'll go in once, go in twice. All right, well, I really appreciate you guys taking the time, one, to join in on a webinar. I mean, it's kind of nice to be able to visit you with you guys even when I'm not in Kodiak, and really appreciate the Kodiak College people, Jennifer and Barbara, for taking the time to meet with us, and just kind of that just in itself shows their commitment to everybody. And and I appreciate you guys taking the time to download the webinar and utilize it as an opportunity to be able to get more information. So I'm hoping to be able to use this format even more in the future to talk about curriculum and other things. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. And at this point, I'll just go ahead and close it for now, unless anybody has any last questions.
Thank you, Jason.
All right.
Thank
Yeah.
Thank
Uh,
you.
Thank you.
All right, no problem. We'll talk to you guys later. It's good seeing you, seeing your names on my board here.
Bye.
Bye-bye. We'll talk
Bye.
to you later. Thank you very much, Jennifer.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And I'll share this recording with you too.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.